Peace to everyone. I am your hostess, Joy Allen. And as you've seen from the opening banner, I will be here today with Dee Calico and TazzManiac Wolf of the Taz Show platform. Again, I am your hostess, Joy Allen, here with, on my platform, the memoirs of a karmic dynasty. So, updates. My brother Taz, he's going to be here later. We're on different time zones, so we had to make some adjustments. Brother Taz says he'll be here. It'll be a little later. And our brother Dee Calico, we're waiting for him to set up, hook up, and come on into the studio. So while we wait for them and to continue on with the show, I'm going to first start by acknowledging those in the room with us now. And I appreciate all of you being here and speaking on behalf of my brothers, our brothers. We all appreciate you being here. After that, I'm going to speak on how this topic came to the platforms today. And then we'll continue from there. So first, we have my sister, Serwa Poole. She's first here today, and she's on time. I can feel that energy. She's excited about that. And Serwa, I'm glad you're here. She said her video's messing up. Hold on. And she's on time. She says, peace, family. She's on time. Sheba Batista, this is the second time that I know I've seen you here, sister. She speaks peace. I appreciate you being here as well. Hold on, let me check this video. Next, my sharer, Abdiel Ben Levy L. Okay, so the video's fine. So, sir, while you having some issues, the video, I'm looking at it on YouTube now, and it looks good. It sounds okay as well. So, we'll look forward to you getting the connection and being here with us 100%. My sharer, Abdiel Ben Levy L, speaks peace to the family. Peace to you, Abdiel. June Domain. I like to think I said that right. She says from YouTube, good evening, family. And I speak peace to you, June. Glad to see you here. Pablo X69 of YouTube says wholeness and compassion, all the people of the sun. Peace to you. I've seen this brother on Crumb TV, because I remember Crumb speaking about maybe the Z and the X wasn't. Okay, so Z King X Baphomet Z speaks, what's up, family? I speak peace to you. Peace, Serwa, gratitude. And peace to you, Emperor. And he speaks peace to the Empress and peace to the family. So I'm going to move on here now. How the content came to the platform. I am friends on Facebook with Dee Calico and Taz. And Dee Calico had a post with that picture. Now, this is the thing. So first of all, from the very beginning, if you've been here, you'll see this banner, this ticker at the bottom. You'll see it switch up. So this is what went down. This is what happened. The post was on Dee Calico's page. He made a post about, okay, so the thumbnail is on my pages and Taz. Yeah, so Dee Calico's the only one that changed it. So I was setting up the studio and posting to everyone's platform. So before I go into the story, let me speak about the platforms. We are streaming live on my Facebook page, Joy Allen. We are streaming live on Facebook, the Taz Show, TazzManiac Wolf, the Taz Show. Yeah, we're live on Facebook, TazzManiac Wolf. We are live on YouTube, Branch of Knowledge, my humble brother Crumb's platform, and that's why I have this Crumb TV banner here to represent my humble brother Crumb, because we are also live on his Periscope Twitter account. We are streaming live on my YouTube platform, The Memoirs of a Karmic Dynasty. We are also live on YouTube on the Taz Show. We are live on YouTube on Dee Calico's channel, YouTube, and we are live on Taz's Periscope Twitter, Taz, what is it called? TazzManiac G. All right, so we're setting this up in the studio. I don't even know how to say this. Okay, this is how we're going to do it. I'm just going to say it. I'll catch up if I have to. So these tickers are going to change. So originally in the post on Facebook, Dee Calico made a post, and so except for his page, you'll see it in the thumbnail, the title picture. And it was in stone, and it was a circle, which was the serpent in a circle form, and it had 7 stars in it. And he mentioned that is the origin of the circle 7. And I was like, whoa, let me talk to him about this one. So we talked about a little bit. And so today when I was setting up the studio and titling the live today, he said that he was going to speak more on serpent mysticism, the Ouroboros. So he'll be here discussing that. Taz will also be decoding a movie. And if you check, if you were live, if you were in the comment section on Dee Calico's page, you already know what movie which movie Taz is coming with to decode. So we're going to be bringing you all of that today and much, much more. Excuse me, we just couldn't put it all in the title, and we could have put it all in the description, but I was pressed for time and I just did my best. Gratitude. So now let me see. So yes. So also Dee Calico changed his picture to his banner, which you see here. And the Dee Calico banner, which shows his name, Dee Calico. So you'll see that on his post for this broadcast. And for me and Taz, you'll see other things. So that explains why the ticker down here at the bottom is changing. So we all are sharing this platform. We're coming together to bring you this message. And we're making it happen. All right. So I am Joy Allen. You can find me on Facebook at Joy Allen. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at MKDTNT. My brother Dee Calico, he'll be here. In the meantime, you can find him on Facebook at Dee Calico, also YouTube, Dee Calico. And also on YouTube, you can find him on his Supreme Shock Etymology. And also on YouTube, you can find him on the Alhambra Society. And my humble brother Taz, you can find him on Facebook at the Taz Show. On YouTube, the Taz Show also. On Facebook, you can find him at TazzManiac Wolf. And on Twitter, which I have mentioned as well, on his TazzManiac G page. Excuse me. And on behalf of my humble brother Crumb, you subscribe to his YouTube channel, Crumb TV. You can also follow him on Racebook, as he calls it, Facebook, on Crumb TV. Follow him on his Instagram account at, okay, let me start over. Follow my humble brother Crumb on his Instagram account at Crumb TV _. Hold on. All right. Also, of course, we ask that you comment. We appreciate your feedback in the audience. We ask you to like the video, react in some manner, and share the video as well. So with that being said, Taz should be here. I mean, Dee Calico said he's coming in the room shortly. Now, I also know that there has been some talk also about the symbol representing the 7 ladies. Excuse me, y'all. I'm going to look this up right quick because let me see. Because Dee Calico and Taz is coming. They're both coming with their own presentations. And though I keep touching the screen. Sorry, my laptop is touch screen, and I only have to get used to touching it. I mean, not touching it when I'm on these broadcasts. So excuse my hand in the screen. All right, now I want to share some images here with you all and keep the show going. Hold on. Let me get my brother Crumb's banner off here. Appreciate y'all. Okay, a few moments here. So for those of you, I'm sharing this image because some of you are on the Dee Calico platform, and there you didn't maybe see this because you are not on his Facebook page, or maybe you just missed the post. Okay, so these are some images of the serpent, like I was referencing, that I saw on the post Dee Calico made. And I have yet to see one that shows the stars in it. So what I'm going to do is I typed in Ouroboros in the search. I'm going to type in stars next to it. Okay, this is the image right here. So this is the image that Dee Calico has shared and remarked the origins of the circle 7. This is what caught my eye. And he also, so as you can see from this photo, the serpent is what is the shape. The shape of the circle is a serpent. Inside the serpent, the circular serpent, I'm going to call it the circular serpent. Inside the circular serpent, you'll see the 7 stars. All right, let's see. So you'll see those 7 stars. And this again is the Ouroboros. And here comes Dee Calico. Give me a few moments to get him in here. Peace, Dee Calico. How you doing today? Again.
Peace. I'm sorry for the wait.
You're good. I kept us going. So this is where we at so far. I share with everyone where we're streaming to. I share with everyone why some of our cover photos for this broadcast has this image here, and some has your banner, which they will see here. So that Dee Calico image is there. Also, I set this up so Dee Calico would be behind his banner. I'll be behind my banner here. And when Taz come in, he'll be in the middle behind his brand, his banner. All right. So I did all that. I explained why we have 2 different titles, but we're bringing the same presentation today. So why this is here and why we have this. I explained all of that as well. I also gave them where they can find you, who you are, and if you would, share that information with them the way you do it.
I mean, I don't do it too long. I'm just, I'm Dee Calico. You feel me? Make sure you, search for me on YouTube, Instagram. Most likely you already know me on Facebook. Either way, it's your boy. What's going on?
Gratitude. Thanks for sharing that. Let's see. Now, I've shared the first comments, the first people in the room, everyone speaking peace and their greetings. So I've shared that. Now, before we get started, I don't know if you want to address this. This comment just came in.
What's the comment?
Before we even get started, let me share with you this right here. Mosiah Ali from Facebook. Peace to you, brother. He says, what about the 7 holes in your head? That's a circle. Don't extend your thoughts beyond your being.
I mean, I like that if you think that I don't look within, but I'm gonna also look without. I'm definitely, I can always look within. I like what you're saying. You feel me? You said the 7 holes in your head. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's definitely another way to look at it. But we get metaphysical too, you know. So that can also be seemingly interior too. You feel me? The soul and spirit and all of that is metaphysical. So it's always multiple ways to look at it. And I like that. I like that way you brought. But that's not gonna be the only way. You feel me? Most, mostly we always looking at things astrologically. You feel me? As well as within.
Yes.
So
And speaking about those stars, as I put in the description, this is cosmic. This presentation is going to be cosmic because there are stars in this image, and people do look cosmically at things
yeah.
without even realizing it sometimes.
hmm
So,
Everybody want to be a star. You feel me?
mhm.
But they didn't know that this is the ultimate goal. You feel me? To be that soul, in the solar system. Because what pretty much brought us here is the Ouroboros. You feel me? As you see while you was ready to get into it, or is the brother Taz coming in?
Taz will be here a little later.
Okay.
So we'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and share your presentation, and then Taz come on in, then he can come and do his part then.
For
But
sure.
you're here. I already introduced the show with this. I didn't share with them yet what Taz was bringing. I told them he was decoding a movie. That's all I shared with them. So since I already introduced the Ouroboros, I think we should stay in line with that frequency and continue on.
hmm Yeah, like I was saying, the Ouroboros,
Ouroboros.
which means the infinity serpent. You can go back to that image if you like, that image of the Ouroboros, the one that brought us here. And
Mm-hmm.
as you can see, the snake has his tail in his mouth. You feel me? So not only could this be astrologically, this could be earthly because serpent mysticism spans many levels. So on Earth, there's myths of a serpent called Yorgamanda. Uh, and Yorgamanda is just like the Ouroboros with the tail in his mouth. And this is what keeps Earth or keeps us within Earth. And they say when Yorgamanda moves or rattles or shakes, that's where earthquakes come from and things of that nature. And if there's a earthly serpent surrounding us, what would these right here represent? They would represent the 7 continents. You feel me? So, this is like charting the 7 seas. That's the main thing. You can always look at the circle 7 as it was a way to chart the seas. And, the 7 represent the continents. You feel me? But astrologically, the Ouroboros being that infinity serpent where we get the whole Milky Way and everything. The whole Milky Way is supposed to be a coiled serpent. You feel me? So, the Ouroboros, if it surrounded our galaxy, it would embody, these 7 stars, not counting Earth. Because we wouldn't be looking at ourselves and drawing what we see. We draw what we see, excluding ourselves, but we know we're within this sphere. So, what's real similar about it with the circle 7 is these loops, you know, these loops. That's why I compared it to the Yorgamanda because like the 4 cardinal points is what we would say I would say the circle 7 represented with those dash marks in between. And the way that I know is guaranteed one of the symbols for the Ouroboros is because the Ouroboros' symbol is like the power symbol where it's like a circle, but it's like disconnected. You know how to circle the power symbol. I'm gonna pull up some images.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah, and that little split is, it's seemingly like the circle 7 with the circle because it has the 4 splits representing the 4 cardinal points on Earth, and this one has the 3, loops as far as from the serpent itself. But they're real similar to me. Let me see if I can pull up an image. Hold on. Screen sharing cancel. What the comments looking like? And ain't no more questions. Oh, did my brother Muziah have anything?
No, that's the only question so far. Right now, everybody's just speaking their greetings. Dee Calico is about to bring y'all some of them images. I know when he go up like this, what he's doing. He's about to bring it to you. Y'all let me watch this.
Yeah. Oh shoot. Hey, hold on. Which stream? I'm in the wrong stream yard. There we go. Now I'm back. That's why. Oh shoot, I'm in the wrong one. That quick. I've been moving too fast.
Right now, I have up Ophiuchus and the Galactic Center.
Yeah, I actually shared the wrong one.
Oh, you mean take that down?
That's just something I was reading. But Ophiuchus definitely had. That's a good point. That like when I say serpent mysticism, astrologically, it's so much serpent mysticism to be touched on. Because I'm gonna finish giving y'all some of these images, but like.
And you know what? While you speaking on questions, now actually this wasn't a question; it was a comment in Facebook recently under the post. Someone mentioned the 7 stars being the 7 ladies.
The 7th lady.
7 ladies.
Okay.
Ladies.
For sure. That's why they say signs and symbols. You feel me? The infinity serpent. The infinity serpent can also be seen as the number 8. Which is why the number 8 represents infinity. You feel me? Because it would have to be something like this to, not be connected to, to be apart, but to still be universally like round at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the way we draw it is nothing like a serpent actually is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
we're not drawing 3-dimensional.
To address Rael Sankofa from Facebook, he said, Crumb told y'all we the reptiles. And I got my humble brother Crumb's banner up here. We are streaming on Crumb TV's, on Brother Crumb's YouTube channel, Branch of Knowledge. And in the description below, now I know on Periscope, Twitter, the descriptions don't carry over, but all the other platforms where we're streaming, part 3 of We Are the Reptilians that Brother Crumb put together. Dee Calico was featured on that presentation as well. So yes, we know us master students, we're here. It's a lot of us here, and we know. So yes, Dee Calico, if you would.
For sure. And let me see if this showing up. Is this showing up? Yeah, the circle 7.
Yeah, the circle 7 is showing up.
Like, and if you could put that image that you had up there once again, just to show how those 4 cardinal points are in line with the coilness of the serpent.
Okay, I see that. I see that now.
That's why that's why I did that, to get my Moors to think. You feel me? I'm just here to get them to think. So a Christianized mind might really think that was some shade. Comparing some serpent to something that they feel sacred. You feel me?
Yeah, and do you know about, so the 4 breaks in that circle, the circle 7, and there's also the 4 points There's the 3 coils in the head. So
Mm-hmm.
there's 4 points.
Yeah.
Are you able to tell us what those 4 points would represent?
I mean, how we look at it is like the sun. This is where the sun enters. You feel me? Through Earth. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But we taught that it's a round ball and we revolve in Earth. But biblically speaking, and coming from the ancients, you know
Mm-hmm.
that the sun went through these chambers and came back in through these cardinal points. So that you can say that's an outdated theory, but I ain't nobody really proved to me all of this NASA type science. You feel me? So I relate back to the what the mystics say. Yeah, but even in ancient Egypt,
Okay, so those 4 points you're saying represent the cardinal points?
yeah,
Okay, okay.
yeah, where the sun enters and exits, the Earth, and we might have the two suns, like they say, or maybe the north and south one represents where the moon enters and leaves. I'm not quite sure, but I know that it has to do with the sun entering and exiting, which would seem like we only need two, but we do have two celestial bodies, main celestial bodies. So those four cardinal points could be used for those two. But let me see, is my screen being shared? Okay,
Hold on, I'm sharing now.
okay. I'll give
Okay.
you.
Illuminati symbols.
Yeah, that was I'd be there.
Okay.
Let me see. Okay, because in ancient Egypt, when we dealing with this infinity serpent, then
Mm-hmm.
then that means we dealing with the god He. You know, He was the personification of infinity or eternity in the Agdad Egyptian mythology. His name originally meant flood, referring to the watery chaos that the Egyptians believed existed before the creation of the world. So if we get into the images, the Agdad, Agdad is these, Agdad meaning like ocho, you feel me? Like octagon, like it means eight. You feel me? So these are the eight, primordial beings in ancient Egypt, the Agdad. And for every female consort, there's a male consort. And
Yeah.
the males are all represented with frog heads. All of their counterparts are
Reptilian.
serpent headed, yeah,
Mm,
women. Yeah, they're all reptilians. Amphibians are reptilian also. It's just they
right.
grow, they metamorphosize. You feel me? Like they really take on a giant transformation. You feel me? From a little tadpole, you feel me, to no legs to growing legs. They that's the only thing that makes a frog different. But in ancient Egypt, these are the ancient gods and the god He that we just spoke of. Let's see. Oh yeah, we already spoke that he's the infinity, and I'm gonna show you
Do
that.
you have any views on why the Ouroboros would be used um with how I'm gonna say this? Why for the circle 7 would they reference the Ouroboros for that image for the circle 7? Why would they take this image here and put the number 7 in it and
I mean,
put that red circle, break it up like that?
it's just like putting the 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 5-pointed star on the all red banner, flag, because there was nothing on the flag at one point. You feel me? So you know, they're showing what they represent. To some people that that 5-pointed star is going to be, since it's related to magic, it's going to be seen to be evil or deemed to be evil. But when you're looking at
Yeah.
that, star, you're really looking at it represents Venus. So people would ask, why would Noah Drali, put that 5-pointed star to represent Venus or
Uh-huh.
or anything of the sort, because we can go back to even what we call in Christianity, the true symbol before they ever drew a man on a cross. The true symbol is the tar and the serpent. Let me see if I can
Yeah.
pull on that, because
And while you were speaking about the star, I was about to say that I noticed that these stars here, they have 7 points. So there's 7 stars. Each star has 7 points as well. And then with the 4 different parts, the 18 and 1 and 8 is 9.
yeah,
I do some math sometimes, y'all. But here, Calico sharing this with y'all. And I saw this in one of Brother Crumb's videos.
this right here.
Well, yeah.
Well, everything we're talking about, the Ouroboros, this the tar and the serpent, what I'm showing you right now, all of this has to do with the caduceus.
Yeah.
So that's why you're seeing that and thinking of that, because it is, this is like the prelude to the caduceus. There was already, images like this. You feel me? The Ouroboros hair, which is one of the Ogdad, and the tar and the cross. It always was symbolic of a form of serpent mysticism. But it what we looking at is like we was speaking on the other day with Ada and Pingala, or the caduceus, how we showing both of those different, serpents going up the spine. You feel me? Which in this case is the tar. Like there is no the cross. What we call a cross, it was this right here, this symbol right here, the tar. That T, that capital T, not that lowercase that we call a cross, but this tar with the serpent really represents what we talking about, the Christ being, put on the cross, because Christ, metaphysically, or I mean, see, everybody like look at things physically, but what it really happened, is that the Nazarene was put on the cross. Nazarene means Naz means a serpent. You feel me? So the serpent and the tar. You feel me? Because that's why before Jesus it was Tammuz. You feel me? Tammuz, which is like a Haru and Isis. Like a Horus and Isis story, or Haru and Aset. Tammuz was that holy son, like Horus. You feel me? And the serpent is the Nazarene. You feel me? Like Jesus of Nazareth. You feel me? Nazareth means, Naz means serpent, but serpent means wisdom. That's why Nazarene, the Nazarenes believe your wisdom is in your hair. So that's why a person like me with locks, you feel me, would already be headed toward the path of wisdom. You feel me? Because that's connecting you to being a Nazarene. Your hair is locked up like serpents, and you'll find the reason why later. You feel me?
Yeah.
We're not hip to it now, but yeah, the tar and the cross is like the way more ancient symbol than a white guy on a cross. Yeah, this is it, and it's been demonized. Because anytime, that's nowadays, that's what you call the money symbol right there. That's the money sign. Yeah. And
yesterday, actually before I saw your Facebook post, which brought us here today, one of the things that brought us here today, I was talking to Amor, and he had typed something in all lowercase, and I was like, do you want to go back and put a capital letter on that? And he was like, no. And so I'm not going to go into it, but he was telling me about why he does not use capital letters.
Yeah.
and he only
And
uses
I
all
like,
lowercase. Now,
yeah.
but when and I'm with what he was saying, but what you're showing us here, according to what they told us, what they say is capital letters and lowercase,
Mm-hmm.
and this was before the lowercase t.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
This is a story. This is something I'm going to share with him
Yeah.
and see if I can assist him with some things in a discussion going further.
But last night's video that I did was about Capitis Dominitio Maxima, where which is the all caps name, which is the straw man. So
Yeah, that's what he was talking about, the straw man.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, he right now,
Mm-hmm.
when you put them all lowercase, you're only giving up what you still have the capital something. So if you capital like just the first letters, then you
Yeah,
give up,
not the first letter.
yeah, then you giving up like them. Well, if you capital all of your first letters, then you're giving up the medium
Mm-hmm.
amount of domination over you. You feel you're diminishing, the medium amount of rights. But when you capitalize everything, you diminishing the maximum amount of rights, which is your liberty, and everything. Like you have nothing. You when you go from being free to bondage immediately. You just giving it up. But when we
Yeah,
do,
he also mentioned that there was a time we didn't even have capital letters. It was everything was all lowercase.
I mean, except for things
That
like
might be another show.
except for things like we showing you how there was no lowercase t, it was just the tar, so it was just the
Mhm.
big T. You know what I'm saying? So you know, however we did write it, because we would have never wrote like the capital A. You know, it's just certain letters the way we wrote them is how they were only supposed to be written. It was no, oh, that was a capital, that was a lowercase. Every letter didn't have that going on. Yeah, but
So are we back on the screen you're sharing?
yeah,
Sharing it.
I'm just trying to connect a little bit of serpent mysticism because I know people will ask, why would Noah Drali put that circle if it had anything to do with a serpent? Why would they put Jesus on a cross and they really just imitating? But the whole point is they imitating a dang serpent on a tar. Why would they do that? You know what I'm saying? So it's it's the way of the ancients. You feel me? They understood. You know that there's poison. Or there's venom and anti-venom when you're dealing with things like that. You feel me? So
You see this comment here? Can you see that?
I can't hold on. Let me go back. Yeah, Demuzi and Nana. Yeah, yeah. I like whoever that is. They know what they're talking about. You
John
know.
Johnson. He's
Yeah,
a master student, YouTube right now.
yeah, yeah.
Yep, I'm seeing him in the Crumb audience.
See, that's how I in a post I did on Facebook. I connected. I try to connect Egypt and Samaria all the time, and people hate that. But what I'm
Yeah.
saying, you can look at the headdresses. You can look at the headdresses, right? The headdress is the crown. So
Mm-hmm.
that showed who you are. How powerful. It showed your authority, your status, and everything. So in Samaria, they had the headdress called the Inanna's knot. You feel me? We were just talking about the Muzi and Inanna. You feel me? Inanna's knot is a similar or exact same headdress as the Egyptians. You feel me? Which ain't I can't find a bigger way to prove that these are the same people. You know what I mean? So that's why I say the Muzi and Inanna, all of that is related to the Isis and the Horus or the Aset and Peru and Asar story. You feel me? But is in Sumerian culture, it's Nimrod, Inanna, and Demuzi. You feel me? So that was one of the first videos me and Crumb did was breaking down who is Nimrod, and yeah, that's why I'm not scared to say I am a Nimrod because he was the master builder. You feel me? And his seed was preserved by his wife. Hold on, it was Nimrod, and you made me almost gotta go back to my video to remember his wife's name at that point in history. But it was the mother of the Musa. So can't remember right this second. But yeah, Nimrod, when he passed, his wife actually replicated the seed, or inserted the seed in her egg, well after his death. So somehow they preserved it. It's the same story as Asar and the Set, but somehow they preserved it, and then well after his death, his child was born. And that's what made it like a Christ story, like a Horu story. Peace.
Peace and love to the family.
What's going on?
How's everybody doing?
Oh, my bad. What I was saying was I was looking for a Taz update, and Taz is right here. That's what's up. Okay. All right, y'all. So I talked about the banners, the backgrounds, and the adjustments I made. I forgot that when there's 3. Yeah, it can be like that, but you just can't see our banners. So either way, yeah, I put together the banner in the back so you can see Dee Calico being represented, Taz being represented.
You still got my screen? Let me make sure.
Yep, I still got your screen.
Just to finish on that Ogdad.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, what we looking at? What I'm sure we know the name of that shape is called a serpent. So
yeah, it has the 4 break points too.
Yeah, I'm gonna remind everybody that that's the Ouroboros. And what is these that she said right here? That solar cross connects and makes these 4 cardinal points. So it's in every culture. This is the most ancient of Egyptian culture. This is how you prove, if you Dee Calico, this is how you prove that the Dogons are the ancient Egyptians. Because I make those kind of statements. People can't prove it, or if they don't make those statements, really is what I'm really saying. They won't tell you that. So once again, I said He is the infinity serpent. So more than likely, all of these are parts of this cosmic egg, but He is given the position of most likely being the Ouroboros itself. But there's so much more to the Ouroboros, because even the center that you think is hollow is just what we call in the unseen, or that's what's hidden. Like that's where Amun resides. Feel me, the hidden one. So every culture tapping into serpent mysticism.
Right quick on this, for those who follow me, and I know for sure Brother Crumb, you may be familiar with my Seba and Crumb Seba, Fatah Secret Asar. And I am now a student, and I recently was in a class where he mentioned He and He and Ket and Ket, and those are the feminine and masculine energies.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm looking through my notes right now, and I know I typed some of my notes up. I took them from the paper form, but either way, I'm familiar with what you got up here now. And this right here, what you bringing me, I'm gonna have to dive deeper into the studies of this subject, because I see it transitions. And then you mentioned the cosmic egg, and of course, I'm familiar with that because I issue out that PDF when I distribute the calendar, the ancient Kemetic Rossorian calendar, because I am a global distributor.
For sure.
I keep the calendars with me. So yeah, the cosmic egg, I'm familiar with that. If you would continue, please.
Yeah, this all really goes back to, like I say, just being some. This is Dogon mysticism. You feel me? This is Amma's egg, huh? Like we're saying, Amanet. You feel me? And Amun. But yeah, Amma is the creator goddess of the Dogon religion. So yeah, all of this is connecting, like I say, the Dogons and the ancient Egyptian cultures. Feel me? Like we looking at right there, like you said, head and ha head.
And also Ankh and Ankhet,
Mhm.
Nu and Nunet, Het and Hehet, Kek and Keket.
Yeah. Like I said,
These, according to the classes I'm taking, these are the ancient ones that dwell in the ocean of primordial nothingness.
mhm.
The partner rules, the great company of gods and goddesses was mentioned in the Enneads.
Yeah. Well, you know,
Okay.
this predate the Ennead. You
All
know,
right.
the Ogdad is the beginning when it comes to ancient Egyptian, culture. The Ogdad are the true primordials. Like like nothing is like there's no gods that we can say in Egyptian culture are predating the Ogdad. And the Ogdad, like I say, Ogdad coming from Ogdos. You feel me? Like octo, like octagon, like it means 8. You feel me? That's why it's 4 women and 4 men. You feel me? Like these are the holy 8. Like this really even represents like your Merkaba because they say it's octagonal. You feel me? So let's just show you the transformation of words that our ancient word like Ogdad ain't much different from their word like octagon, and the words that they built off of it was just a simple changing of the letter. You know, it's just like the P perverted the B. You know, the letter B predates the P. It's an upside down P, a B. You know what I mean? So the letter P shouldn't be used very often. Just like about the letter J and a few others. But obviously, you know, the the letter C is not ancient enough to be used. Also, that's why I say when I say octagon, it's really octad.
Okay.
Yeah. And like I said,
Now,
every
what right quick, peace, apologies.
go ahead.
What I failed to do was when my humble brother TazzManiac Wolf came in the studio to ask him to introduce himself. I already shared your contact information, Taz, but we all would like to hear what you say and how you say we can find you and who you are.
Thank you so much, Goddess Joyce. I was a little late. I had some unexpected turmoils in real life. So, that's why I was late. But I am your humble brother, TazzManiac Wolf. I didn't get a chance to set up my thing, so we're in my office. This is where I do my homeschooling and everything else for my children. But as always, you guys can find me on my main Facebook, which is TazzManiac Wolf. You can find me on all the platforms, which is Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everything else. You can find me under the Taz Show, and I also have a business page on Facebook. So feel free to look me up as there as well. And I just I'm grateful to be able to share with the family and include me in today's live show.
We are glad you could be here with us. Dee Calico, I got some feedback for you right quick. Anu Karu is a student of Siba Kata Seeker Star as well. Dua Wu Siba Anu Karu. And he says, excellent analysis, Dee.
Thank you, brother.
And someone to add value to what you shared.
You right about the double V.
Kofa from Facebook says the W should be double V.
I mean, that's scholastically the way it's written, but really, it's telling you what it is. I've been saying this for years on Facebook. It's the double U. It's tell you it's 2 U's. You know what I'm saying? That's what the W is. You feel me? So before the V, You know, it would have been the U. You know, we know the V is German. You know?
Right, and just to add to that, a little bit.
This isn't our sign. We don't do this. This is German. You know, and I forget the name of it. They look click, but when they doing this, yeah, that's theirs, and it begins with a V. But I'm really not.
It's funny that they said that because in Latin the W is pronounced doble V, which is literally
Double V.
a double V,
I
right?
like
It's always it's also the same in Spanish. Like when you look at the word that's very very well known. If we all know a swastika. A swastika is the symbol that Hitler is supposed. We're gonna say Hitler just because he's the one that's known for it, today. But that ain't got nothing to do with his sign. It goes further beyond that. But the swastika, the actual name for it is the svastika with a V. Svastika. That's the actual way that Germans pronounce it, and the W was just an addition to differentiate certain words, so they added two V's to make a different sign. But yeah, that is a great analysis. Brother Rael Sankofa, he's very very correct. Instead of the W, it should be a double V, which is right and correct.
Hey, Sister Joy, can you share my page still? Because what he just said, when he said about the svastika, I wanted to show y'all something right quick. I'll come back to that right there. But more anciently, a name for it that nobody really knows. Or I always say Jumanji because I remember I said that's the I say Jumanji decoded, right? But Jew really means gentle. But anyways, it's really called the Manji symbol.
And
what is the Manji symbol? What is the Manji? So when we saying Jumanji, Jew meaning gentle. You feel me? So it's it's the gentle Manji. It's nothing violent or anything about it. You feel me? But we know it's been perverted like everything else, like they always do. But this is really the ancient name.
Right, you teaching me something right there, brother, because I was not aware myself that I knew of the other ways it was called regarding it.
This is actually Japanese.
And actually, Brother Crumb had a video where he shared the different cultures using the symbol, like Dee Calico sharing them.
Hey, sister.
Yes.
Sister,
Yes.
what do we have here? I'm gonna let you tell them.
The Ouroboros. How you say Ouroboros?
And what was this? You see, it still got them points. Yeah, and that's in everything. See, that's what the swastika is always represented. It always has represented the 4 cardinal points.
Mm-hmm.
And this here go to spinning. It's supposed to, get some lift off. You feel me?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, right quick, since everybody's here, because Taz was out, I want to share this right quick. Kai Creators from YouTube. She says, "Hey guys, I'm drawing and watching y'all. Peace to you, Kai Creators. I shared with her we all were going to be here today, and she was just as excited as me and Brother Taz and Brother Dee Calico.
Sure.
And Crumb TV, Brother Crumb says he's watching and loving it. Peace to you, Brother Crumb, as well. And Anuka Root from Facebook has mentioned because we're speaking about this FOSTI. He says FOSTI is a global Naga system.
Yeah, he's saying the svastika. That's what he's saying. He just took the cow. Cow means you feel me?
Yeah,
for sure.
I just wanted to share that.
Let me yeah, but yeah, that's Jumanji decoded. That's a 30-second breakdown. But as we can see clearly, it got to do with the Ouroboros. You know, the signs and symbols are telling on themselves. It's telling you, don't mind what he's saying. Look at me, and you will know the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Not also that, brother, but if you could also look up the since you got the your page up,
Mm-hmm.
if we look at the Big Dipper as well, because that's above, so below.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everything that that we represent down here somehow, some way is also represented in the sky. That is what we are trying to always look what we show to our, what we tell ourselves that is the all the mysticism. You know, the above is always uh, uh, um, it's a mysterious place for us. You know, so whenever we find something that we find mysticism on, we find it usually always above. And if we look up the Big Dipper,
Share the
we'll
page.
find how the swastika or the svastika
Yep.
is really associated with the symbol.
I thought she was sharing the page the whole time.
No, not right now. I was sharing Taz, giving him some because he just got here.
I was right. I was right
Taz
on time.
had a comment earlier from the audience you missed, and they spoke about not going beyond your being. We already addressed that, and again in the description, I mentioned we're going cosmic. And when you see the stars like here, this is cosmic.
Mhm.
So the first thing,
The Big
first
Dip.
I didn't think of myself, of my head. I thought of the stars, the cosmic, like your the mysticism you're speaking on, Taz.
Fact.
Yeah. So you in line with us, Taz. I see you.
Yeah, he right on top of it. You
Mhm.
know, 'cause that Big Dipper ain't nothing but the
Look
swastika.
at that.
Okay.
Yep.
You
Correct.
know, you know, huh?
Four cardinal points. Yep.
Yep.
Exactly. So we find it everywhere, you know, regardless of where it is. It might be demonized, and it might have been given per se to this dude Hitler, you know. But even when we're not gonna even talk. We don't want the I don't want the show flagged or anything. But even if, when you look into Hitler, you find out that the story that they're telling us regarding him is a complete lie as well. So.
Yeah. And I would say that for one, when it comes to Hitler, there's all this negative energy and frequency around him. And I would say that would be a distraction
What
to
is
take
that?
away from what
What?
we are identifying with today, right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's a distraction like everything else. They prepared that distraction ahead of time, like the other ones that they do.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Uh,
Now, just to add something, since we are speaking in regards about the Aura Bora, I'm gonna share my screen real fast just so I could give you guys just a little extra of what Brother Calico and the goddess Joy is talking in regards about. When we're talking about the Aura Bora, we do not only find it in in that other side of the world. We tend to, you know, always want to talk about the other side of the world, you
Yeah.
know, in Africa, and we want to talk about Europe, and we want to talk about what happened with the Asians over there. But nothing ever happens in the America. Nothing ever. Nobody ever mentions anything about the Americas.
we
It's
support.
like the Americas was just wiped off the map, and everything that was anything just happened on the other side of the world while we were over here twiddling our fingers and looking like nuts. But we weren't. When we look at the Mayans, when we look at the Aztecs, when we look at the Incas, and when we look at all of the native peoples of this land in the Americas, we also find the Ouroboros. All right.
You know what, Taz? They left the Americas out of that Bible too.
Right. Right. They gave
Yeah.
us this instant in where, you know, everything happened across from over there, and they gave us this grand reward of coming over here and conquering us, and gave us all this knowledge. When in the meantime, we predate a whole lot of a lot of the stuff that is being presented over there. But when we look at the Mayans, we find this as well. When we looked at the Aztecs, we find this as well. When we're looking into the to the Incas, into the imperial Incan era, you find that this is found also here in the Americas. Dragons, and we call them serpents now. Biblically speaking, when we're talking about the serpent that supposedly deceived Adam and Eve, it was more of this so-called serpent bestowing knowledge upon them, and the punishment that they gave this serpent was that it was to crawl all the time. How was it going to crawl? It was because its limbs were removed. And when we look at a serpent, we come to find out that serpents used to have limbs. They were literally dragons, exactly like these. Like this, right? What you're seeing on the screen right now. When you think of a dragon, you think like of a long serpentine-looking animal in which it has this short claws or back feet or whatever. But those limbs were removed from it. And it gives us now an idea of different aspects of how it was presented. Whether it was a serpent, a dragon, a snake eating his tail. I mean, we find it in all different aspects of what our world has.
Yeah, it's described in other cultures as a bearded serpent. Like, it has a beard. Every time you see that in any culture, it's the same thing. Because serpents, normally typically don't have hair. Even though we do know about the bearded dragon, lizards, and all of that kind of stuff, but they don't really have hair. But all of the artwork you see under the dragons, that's why I say they're all called bearded serpents.
Yeah, and the bearded serpents, there's a link in the description for an article that Dee Calico wanted you all to have as a reference. So check out that link as well.
Mm-hmm.
Fair. And we since we're talking about, we don't only find this this Ouroboros in just walls, and if we could leave it in there, in that slide, that picture that we just currently had, yeah, that one. We find out that it's not only depicted within these walls, and it's not being used by only people or in teachings, but we find it not only in places like the Bible. There is for my people out there that are that keep up with the Taz show, expect a future presentation in which we're gonna go deep into this book. All right, and if we could see what is happening at the very top of that book, that Aura Bora that is right there, what is happening within this book? All right, the never-ending story. Most of us grew up on this book. I am putting together a PowerPoint presentation regarding this book right here, and we're gonna go deep into the symbolism and everything about this book and what it has to relate with in regards about the Aura Bora. If you see the snake right here, all right, it's circling the whole part of the whole name of where it says the never-ending story. There's a lot of symbology in this book. Expect for these to come in the future, and we'll find out many things. It's a book written by Michael Endy, and it's an amazing book. We also find this in books, many books aside from the Bible, and the mysticism and the symbolism that we find within these books are completely. I'm pretty sure we all grew up on this movie as well. This, if you were, if you had anywhere over 6 years or more when during the 80s, you probably witnessed the coming out of this movie. It doesn't do no justice compared to the book, but itself, the book itself is complete. Is an amazing book to read. Is very children oriented as well. My children and I are reading it, so expect for that to be coming soon as well. I'm gonna have the PowerPoint presentation decoding the never ending story.
And so Taz, with that being said, I shared in the description that we would be that all of this mysticism is in modern day movies.
Facts.
And I also mentioned to everyone in the beginning that what Dee Calico would be addressing and the topic that you would be breaking down, decoding a movie. I didn't tell them the name of the movie. So for everybody who heard me say that, that's the movie that Taz would be sharing information and knowledge and thoughts on with us today. So there you go.
Thank you, Sister Joyce. It's a very good book. I'm trying to swallow a couple of books right now, to try to make some presentations to bring some material. Another book that I'm also going to be showing decoding it. You're going to find it. You're going to find everything on the Taz Show. Always brought to you by Crumb TV. So if you guys are gonna get a chance to, I'm gonna go deep into this book as well. It's a little religious book, not religious, but it gives you an aspect of Jesus' story, but the Urantia book. I already started reading into it, reading in it, and there is a lot of content in here that we could also get into that involves many other aspects, just like the Ouroboros that we're speaking in regards to today.
Because when you saying Urantia, that has to do with Samaria, because Samaria was called you are. You feel me? So all of them were considered like the gods of and things like that. So you'll see it in a lot. You'll see it everywhere, but people don't know what it's connected to. What I'm going to say, the Ouroboros in ancient Egypt. It was all throughout ancient Egypt art. And we ain't talking about the last, few hundred years of Egypt. We talking about 5,000 years ago. 3,000 BC artwork of the Ouroboros in ancient Egypt. And we got to start to know how much of a global people we are. I might reference ancient Egypt because they preserve so much of the art and symbology and the knowledge. But I honor anywhere that preserve any of the art and the knowledge and the symbology. But our main reference point is Egypt. But I always find it interesting, like our brother VJ said, and of course I did the research, but the king cobra, which is the Uraeus, which is the crown jewel of our crown, like we saying the Ouroboros and all that, the king cobra is indigenous to India, southern India. So that's why it's always been a lot spoken on about how much did they bring, how much culture did they bring to Egypt. You feel me? But everybody think people just came one time when they got a little record of it. I mean, yeah, I don't know. 1 second people don't want to be African. Next second they don't want to be Asiatic. They, I mean, whoa. But yeah, back to the Ouroboros and its ancient symbology. It's found all throughout ancient Egypt. You see the serpent with the tail in his mouth. These are on tombs and on the beautiful walls, and even in papyrus. Mm. But yeah, the infinity serpent, for anybody who wants to look deeper into it, you know, the cosmic serpent, you know, or board.
Right. Not only that, brother, but when we looking at that specific circle, that circle itself has an esoteric meaning to it. All right.
Mm-hmm.
When we're talking about the circle, we're talking about the oldest symbol known to man. All right. It is literally the oldest symbol known to man. And it has a single point in the center of it.
It's so-called the greatest invention.
It is.
That's what they say. Oh, the caveman made the what? The wheel. And I always point out, this is where we get the idea of a wheel. We would have, can't nobody, predate that this thought would have been like, he rolling around like that. You know what? Matter of fact, when he die, I'm gonna make him stiff, and I'm gonna still stick his tail in his mouth. And now he hard, and he just a ring. Let me just roll him. You start to learn that.
Right. Well, when we look at that circle, since it's so old, and it goes back so much, we find that it is the symbol of the Gnostic teachings of self. All right, of consciousness. When we're looking at that, I can't think of the exact name of it, but if I could probably just share this screen real quick.
Hey, Sister Joy. That image that you just took down, like, what did that represent? What does a marriage ring represent, Sister Joy?
Bondage.
I mean, it represents, like the Ouroboros. It represents infinity, because that's what we expect when we put a ring on a finger.
You didn't. Okay. Keyword: expect. I mean, expectations
beyond life. We expect. Even beyond life, that this is symbolic of eternity. Infinity. I just want to add that in. Go ahead, brother.
Okay. Yeah, he is sharing his screen.
Yeah, when we're looking at the Gnostic teachings of self, we find out that circle is the meaning of everything. All right. When we're looking at the circle being the oldest symbol known to man. When we look at it through the Gnostic teachings, it gives us a sense of consciousness. What it is that we need to learn about self in order to align self. That's why in the picture that Sister Joyce has right here, we see 7 stars. Why do we see 7 stars? Those represent your 7 chakras that you have to align in order for you to gain all the knowledge of self that you require, because you're not going to be able to know anything in regards about yourself until you don't align yourself and become one. Exactly. You got to become one with the spirit mother, the original spirit mother. All right. Once you do that, then you come into the connection of the celestial, the celestial father, or once you come in contact with Mother Earth, Mother Nature, and the cosmic womb, that gives you an entrance into knowledge of self, of your God self. And that in itself is one of the greatest teachings that we have available today, regardless of where it is that. So that circle with the stars, or the serpent eating its own tail, it also represents the knowledge of self. The Ouroboros, it has so many different meanings to them.
Yeah, and I wanted to say, like, when we see words like spirit, we don't connect it with words like spiral, but that's pretty much what we can connect it to, especially when I'm talking about like the Ouroboros. You feel me? in spiral, because I said the Ouroboros is even symbolic of the Milky Way galaxy. Come on, man, what you doing? Hey, but yeah, it's symbolic of the Milky Way galaxy. You know, so that's why I say spiral, meaning spirit.
Right.
Now,
Go
right
ahead.
quick, I got something I want to share.
Go ahead, sister.
All right. So, as Kai created spoke on where she is, signs and symbols are for the conscious mind. Dee Calico was sharing this screen right here, and I was like, that. I'm always like, that looks like. That reminds me of this image here of the Manilas. Y'all familiar with this?
I can't say it appears like a nose ring to me.
Yeah, I mean,
This was here. I'm gonna show you. These were it was a form of money. You
okay.
familiar with Calico?
Teach.
Oh no, I'm following you. I'm following you.
All right. So it's a form of money, usually made of bronze or copper. Where am I screen at? Okay, am I not? Hold on, I'm in the wrong spot. Hold on. Right click. Hold on. All right. Okay, here we go. Manila is money. It's a form of money usually made of bronze or copper, which were used in West Africa. They were produced in large numbers in a wide range of designs, sizes, and weights. Originating before the colonial period, perhaps as the result of trade with the Portuguese Empire, Manilas continued to serve as money and decorative objects until the late 1940s and are sometimes still used as decoration. In popular culture, they are particularly associated with the Atlantic slave trade. So, depending on the type of the Manila and the weight and whether it was bronze or copper, that gave it its value. And then y'all gonna have to study into this yourself, but this is a great piece of information. It was for me. Here in the history, it says some sources attribute their introduction to the ancient Phoenicians, who traded along the west coast of Africa, or even early Carthaginian explorers and traders. So this was with the Egyptians, the Nigerians, as you see, I'm right here, and the Egyptians here. And so they suggested that the Nigerian fishermen brought up these Manilas in their nets from shipwrecks of European wrecks, or made them from copper pins used in wooden sailing ships wrecked in the Bight of Benin. Either way, these bracelets and leg bands were used. They were a form of to display wealth, as it says here. And the women would walk around with these bracelets on to display their husband's wealth as well. So here it speaks about the role in the slave trade. Although gold was the primary and abiding merchandise, by the early 16th century, they were participating in the slave trade for bearers to carry Manilas to Africa's interior, and gradually Manilas became the principal money of this trade. So again, that was just signs and symbols for me. That's my value.
You definitely taught me something, sister, because I was not aware one bit in regards about that. I appreciate the knowledge, and that's why, if there's that's why we gotta have the divine feminine, just to provide her take, so she could be heard as well. Is one thing I hate is when when you just have this sausage fest of guys, just and it's cool, but we've done that for so long now, that I think it's time that so special knowledge like that is known. I appreciate that.
Sister Joy.
Yes,
Could you share the page?
Oh, yep.
Yeah, speaking of rings, like I've done posts about all this stuff I be saying, but
Mhm.
you know, the first ring, like the wedding ring, was worn around your neck. You feel me? You know,
Mhm.
just like they say, the South, uh, Ndebele peoples of Africa also wear neck rings as part of their traditional dress and as a sign of wealth and status. Only married women are allowed to wear the rings. You know, but it's that's not the only culture in Africa doing that. There's many of them. Some of them don't just have those little skinny ones like this. Like some of them don't just have the skinny ones like this. But this also
Yeah,
being married also. Some of them will have just one big one that looks like a manila, like you were saying.
yeah.
You know, like even like this sister ain't playing. She's showing off her husband stuff. She got the big ring, the long rings.
Mhm.
Yeah, and tell me this isn't a form of serpent mysticism. I mean,
The
try
coil.
try to
Mhm.
tell me this isn't a form of serpent mysticism, and I'm showing you a ring in itself is symbolic of the Ouroboros and the serpent mysticism, the infinity of being of the relationship of marriage. Because you got a soul tie, and we ain't got no control over that contract. We done already signed it in blood. You know.
Yeah.
Those are some big rings, that's for sure. But
Mhm.
just to add to that, since we're talking about rings, we can't forget of the original shape of the earth that the ancients thought. I guess just to add a little more to it, when we're looking at the shape of the earth that we've been that we've been told and everything. There's different concepts worldwide that involve the Ouroboros, which is the typical serpent, eating his own his own tail per se. Is also representations of of different maps that have the circle within it as well, the infinity. So
And the north, east, south, and west
Yeah, yeah, those cardinal points.
point.
Yeah, the four
fact.
cardinal points.
So it's interesting how it's represented, in so many different places. And when you look deep into it, you come to a lot of knowledge that is interesting. It's very interesting. And when you look at the signs and symbols, like the goddess Kai had mentioned, it becomes something. It's a deep rabbit hole.
Yeah, and I'm the rabbit. You know, we we three rabbits chilling in that hole. You know what I mean? For real.
Definitely, definitely. Now,
Yeah, I was
and the serpent itself, is just so represented in so many ways, because for example, one holiday that most people are not aware of, that is the representation of serpents as well, is what is that Irish holiday?
St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day. Now,
Mhm.
St. Patrick's is known for chasing out all the serpents out of Ireland. All right, but we have a problem with that, because there is no serpents in Ireland, So
yeah.
we have to take this problem if you kick something out, but the thing don't even exist. So when we look into what it is that they're talking about, they're talking about the original peoples of that land,
Yeah,
you
the
know
knock.
right. You're looking about the Nagas, you're looking about the pygmies, and what's the other ones?
That's the same people. The Twa,
The
the
Twa, yeah, the
Twa,
Twa tribe.
the
Yeah, and Kai Creators mentioned the Twa people earlier.
like even the ancient druids, like what they would say. You're not Dravidian. Yeah, the ancient Druids or the Twa.
Right.
You know what I mean? I didn't say that. I mean, I done said it plenty of times, but you know, I'm gonna have to be the one to do the video. But what you call it? The ancient Druids, the Twa, those pygmy people were the original pharaohs, huh?
Mm.
Those were the pharaohs. That's why, you know, biblically speaking, you know, Hebrews will tell you how small Pharaoh was. You know what I mean? Like, shoot, these guys this big, but the Pharaoh was, you know, smaller than all of us. He was a Twa, but he wasn't the only one. The Twas built everything all around the world. Every pyramid was built by the ancient Druids, and people think the ancient Druids are some white people. They out their mind. You know, real. You know, ancient Hibernia is what they call Ireland at that time. It was ancient Hibernia. You feel me? When the 5 root races almost got wiped out and their lands went underwater, the first land they landed on, you know, the ones on that part in that portion of the world, they the first land they landed on was Hibernia, which is what we call in Ireland. You feel me? Where they got you know, Stonehenge and all these other ancient relics that they don't even understand.
Right, and these Twa people that we're speaking of, you know, they were represented with this serpent on the top of their heads. It's called what is the name of that oh, I can't think of the name right now, but they always, you know, like just like a pharaoh, you know, like Brother Calico was saying, you know, the pharaohs used to wear serpents on their head as a representation of knowledge, of wisdom.
You
You know,
talking about the Naga?
Yeah, yeah,
Is
yeah,
it that?
yeah. They Nagas.
Yeah.
That's why they say the serpent. They ran the serpents out.
mm-hmm.
They ran the serpent religion and the serpent, you know, people out.
You talking about the serpent that's next to the vulture representing Upper and Lower Egypt?
Right,
That's that's
the
pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Uraeus
the
and watch
Yeah,
it.
Piraeus.
Yeah,
when you look
watch
at
it.
the
Both the
Euphrates, that's what we're talking about. It says
Yeah.
the Euphrates is a symbol of the goddess Wadjet. All right, she was one of the early Egyptian deities and was often depicted as a cobra, as she is the serpent goddess. In whatever manner that the Uraeus was displayed upon the pharaoh's head, it was in effect part of the pharaoh's crown. Now let's just let that sink in. The pharaoh wore a crown that represented a goddess deity that represented his all might. All right. Now, when we look at the Uraeus, we see that
see, the only thing they said wrong was like when you go back, like when you look at one of those pharaoh heads, like the pharaoh, the crown, you see that serpent, and you see like look at that picture next to it, that picture on the left. Yeah. So you see that serpent, and you see the head of the hawk vulture. You know,
right.
which
Represented Lower Egypt.
yeah. So the only thing they're not telling you, or they say it kind of wrong, is that one is Wadjet and the other one is Uraeus.
Yeah.
Facts. And not only there, but if you look into I'm probably annihilating his name, but Quetzalcoatl, all right?
Quetzalcoatl
Right.
in America.
Is the Nahao name of the feathered serpent deity of
Yeah.
the ancient Mesoamerican culture, all right? Which you know, again, is represented most of the time is represented by
Bearded dragon.
serpent,
A
but
bearded serpent.
right, is represented by a serpent, but it's a serpent that is being directed by a woman. I just saw the picture and I didn't even right here. So it's always a female warrior that is depicted from from that's associated with this serpent, this Uraeus or this Ouroboros, you know. You in some places you might call her a certain way, in a certain name, and other place it's the same deity with different names that are depicted you know, with the people, you know, the same way, you know, just like the Ouroboros, the sign of Quetzalcoatl is a representation of him like chasing his tail, or trying to eat his tail, you know, which is the representation of the circle, you know, which represents infinity. Why infinity? Because the number 8, is infinity. But how does that represent a circle? Because if you grab a circle and you literally, where are we at? Right here. If you grab a circle and you twist it, it becomes an 8. It becomes an infinity sign, which is also the path of the sun. The sun makes a number 8 in the sky.
Or Venus.
Right.
No, my bad. Venus does the 5-pointed star. I apologize.
Yeah, right. You're correct. But the pattern, the path of the sun makes a number 8 on the sky, and throughout the transit that it has every 6 months. All right. So everywhere that we look, whether it be a circle, it be an infinity sign, or it be a serpent, or it be a Ouroboros, or it be the Uraeus, or whatever sign that you might look for, whether it's the shape of the earth, we will find this symbol everywhere that is a representation of knowledge of self. And it's always coming from the source of a female deity. All right. Now, that's what I wanted to add to it, since it was it's so interconnected that there's no, you can't help but say put the information out there.
Sure. And connect the dots.
Connect the dots. Facts. What are we looking at here?
Sharon.
Oh, I know you were my page. Okay. My bad. I'm woke. I'm all in the back of the studio.
I just turned it on.
Yeah, and I'm looking at this in another language. Let me see. Yeah, they're speaking on here that you know, being that infinity serpent. But I was kind of showing you the crown.
That was German.
Like the crown that is wearing. Let me see. Let me zoom in.
Okay.
Because you know, that's why I got like this what you call it, a folder or whatever on Facebook.
Yeah.
All about ancient Egyptian headdresses. Feel me? Because that's what we gotta see that and know what it's saying. You feel me? So that's why over here on this stele with this message, it has, like, you'll see this crown right here that's on here, the serpent. This crown is seen in ancient America. You feel me? The priest of Amen. Huh? They have priest of Amen over here with the same dang headdress. But they'll tell you, oh, that's a different Amen. The headdress just look alike. It's not the same. Anyways, same headdress. And this right here, this is what I'm telling you is Inanna's knot. You feel me? I'm gonna show you like this. It's moving slow. Hold on. 1 second. So boom. Inanna's knot. Which nobody ain't ever broke none of this down. Cause I ain't get it out of nobody. And when I look for stuff like this, just to see if I can give y'all a reference, I don't have none, because I'm the reference. You know? But I'm gonna let you see for yourself. You feel me? Like, this is one side of it broken. So So we know when you double-sided and put the other one the other way, then you'll have exactly that. You know, you'll have the same kind of a headdress like I was just showing you over there in Egypt. Hold on. Matter of fact, I might have to go to Dee Calico page right quick. You know he know. You know Dee Calico, right?
Yeah, Dee Calico knows.
Let me show you. I guarantee when I look up Inanna's Knot, ain't nobody else.
I hate that new design that Facebook is implementing. I don't know if everybody else likes it, but I just wanted to throw that out there.
All right. Ain't nobody else gonna have a post about Inanna's Knot, except for this guy, Dee Calico. Let me show you. For some reason, moving a little slow. They say you got all these people waiting. I'm gonna make you wait too. You know, but boom. You know, you feel me? That's the same hairdresser. You see how I show it's been in plain sight. Like I say, you know,
they are so ugly. That's ugly. It's beautiful at the same time. Goodness.
Hey, it's been hidden in plain sight. We done sat on how many times we done sat on these kind of couches?
Exactly.
You know, and all of them got this right here in front of us. We ain't even realizing is this right here, which is this right here and here and here. You know,
that's deep.
For real, for real. And you see, like the only thing missing is the sun disc and the other end of it. It's right here, and they got the sun disc. They got two ends of it. You know, so boom, bam. You feel me? The same people. Like I said, Inanna's Knot in plain sight. Been here the whole time. Why you think this was always grandma's chair in every house? The throne is the crown unfolded. All hail the queen. Come on now. I'm just saying.
Facts.
For sure. Yeah, but ain't nobody else talking about Inanna's Knot, or I would go down the list, see what we could pull out. Ain't nobody touching it. Like I said, okay, here's another one I did. I said further proof of Inanna's Knot in both lands. You know what I mean? For real. And this is Ptah. This is Ptah with Inanna's Knot. You know, that's like saying this ain't a scepter. You know, somebody be like, oh, I hate Sumerians. They're not us. Man, Egypt ran that land at that point. Anyway, and all these made up lines drawn in the sand that the cracker created, we gotta stop acting like that really exists. And if we're gonna acknowledge it, don't acknowledge it when we're talking about history and ancient history. That bull crap didn't exist. You know, if this ain't Inanna's Knot, this ain't a wise scepter, huh? And we know what it is. You know, this ain't the jet pillow. None of that. This ain't. Yeah, we lost. If that's what the case is.
Yeah, Ptah. Also, Ptah means the door to open. He or she who opens. John Johnson on YouTube says Ptah or father.
Yeah, Pater. Yeah. Jew Pater. You feel me? Jupiter. You feel me? It used to be the father star. You know. But you know, that's really the star of the Jews. The Jews are, you know, the star that represents the Jews is Jupiter. You know, but we got a lot of well, you know, that's the tribe of Judah. But when you talk about Israel, it's supposed to be Saturn.
Yeah.
You know, if nobody ain't share my post, ain't nobody said nothing ever about no Inanna's Knot. You know, I do that from time to time. You know, I remember when he said Quetzalcoatl, I remember bringing up his brother, Quetzalcoatl's brother. Damn, it's a shame. I normally I forget the name, but he's really Anubis, like we use in ancient Egypt. ancient Egypt's Anubis is the same, animal, the same character and everything, God. But
Right. Well,
the land.
you do know that Quetzalcoatl's best friend was it was a dog deity.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's his brother right here.
Right. Yeah, it's the hairless dog that we find in Mexico.
Yeah, in Egypt also. Anywhere is, everything coming from these equatorial places, near the equator. These animals mostly didn't have much hair on their bodies. We know the things that are very hairy, living in the winter. You know what I'm saying, living where it's real cold. But it's Zolotl. You feel me? In ancient Aztec mythology, Zolotl was the god of both lightning and death. This is the brother of Quetzalcoatl. You feel me? He was also associated with the sunset and would guard the sun as it traveled through the underworld every night. Dogs were associated, Anubis, with Zolotl, as it was believed they would lead a soul like Anubis on this journey to the underworld together. That's why they say dogs are man's best friend, because of Anubis and Zolotl. But he was commonly depicted as a monstrous dog and is the canine twin brother of Quetzalcoatl, the pair being sons of the virgin Coatlicue. Zolotl was also the dark personification of Venus, the evening star, or we call it the morning star. You feel me? Or the dawn star, and was associated with heavenly fire. Yeah, Zolotl. And you see what I put on there for you, Joy? That was a year ago. Branch of knowledge. That's what we are. We just a branch, of some good old knowledge. But yeah, like I say, people don't be saying nothing about that kind of stuff. Because when you search, you won't find. But yeah, like I try to connect the lands. I try to connect all of us in so many different ways instead of dividing us. Like I tell people, the one our main problems is that we all want to be individuals. Look at in the word individual, you got the word divide. We're in division. We're in it's like we're glad to be divided. We live in division and proud to be an individual. Now, we got to come together, like the Ouroboros. You feel me? Like every two serpents, go ahead and grab each other, male and female. Y'all tighten up. Let's go.
I got some feedback somewhere. And speaking of let's go, we will be wrapping up this presentation soon. So if we have to come back with a part 2, of course, we will do that as well. If you would continue, and then we're going to speak our piece out of here.
Crumb TV, got to shout out my brother. I see him when he said twin brother, the evening star. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm twin. Hey, I'm Crumb Snatcher's dark twin brother. I'm Zolotl. Hi, nice to meet you. He's Quetzalcoatl. You feel me? Hey, for real though. We say chupacabra. What that is? Hey, symbol of death and red. Okay. Mm-hmm.
When I chat, it shows up under all the platforms.
Hey, I want all y'all to hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and whichever page you're watching from, go to the other page, whether it be Taz or Joy or myself. You feel me? And y'all hit that like button. You know what I mean? Send that algorithm out there so that like minds might be able to find this video.
Definitely share the live feed, guys. Me personally, I appreciate the opportunity to be able to be a part of the panel. As always, you guys can find me on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, on everything under either the Taz Show or on Facebook as TazzManiac Wolf. Like my content, share my content. If you don't like it, then give me your input of what it was that that drove you away from liking the content, so maybe we could build on that. Everything is if it's presented the correct way to me, I'm always I'm an open book, so I'm always willing to learn. We learn from everything. Expect the later presentations, at least from the Taz show. You never know. I might get together with Brother Calico and share on that. But do expect for the never-ending story decoded to be presented on Crumb TV. So we're gonna be able. We're gonna decode the book. We're gonna talk about aspects of the movie as well. Also with the Rancher book, expect for that. This might take me a little longer, to read, but just wanted to make sure that you guys are aware of those coming live shows. I appreciate the opportunity to be on the show. It was some great information that we threw out there. Everybody, like, share, subscribe to all our channels. Vice versa. If you're in Dee Calico, thank you for watching. Come subscribe with the Sister Joy and myself. If you're in my show, I encourage everybody, to go out there and and sign up to Brother Calico's and Sister Joy's channels. We appreciate you here. Thank you to the panel for giving me the opportunity to bring my part of the information. To the Goddess Joy, always thankful for all the information that you provide and give us. Continue to do so. I enjoy and love your shows. Calico, I keep up with you guys as well. It was a great build today, and I appreciate the fact that you guys allowed me to share with you guys.
For sure. Y'all already know it wouldn't be the same without you, or I would just do it by myself. You know what I mean? I ain't want to do it by myself. Put like this, I make a video every hour. But whenever we get together, it's always gonna be beautiful. So, you know, whatever y'all think y'all need to hear next, or if y'all want to dive deeper into anything we ever spoken on, that's what we here for. So y'all keep up with us, and I appreciate y'all, every last one of y'all.
Thanks for those watching as well. I see a lot of the family, interacting. So as far as for me, thank you so much.
Yeah, Brother Crumb sent an elbow cough. I think he talking to Brother Taz on that decoded presentation you're gonna be bringing. And again, I am Joy Allen, and on my platform, I'm Joy Allen. The Memoirs of a Karmic Dynasty. Here again is my contact information. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MKBTNT, and also on Facebook at Joy Allen. I once again want to speak gratitude to my brother Dee Calico for when I hit up his message box, he responded accordingly because we're here today. So I appreciate him wanting to take part in my interest on his Facebook post. And I also appreciate my brother Taz being here today. I suggested, hey, Taz, why don't you come on in? Because he was saying some stuff. I was like, we can do this. And he was excited. We're all excited, as always, to bring you this knowledge. And again, we're on the platforms of our humble brother Crumb as well. So follow him as well on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. He calls it Racebook. And he'll tell you to smash that subscribe button. So we are actually on our way out of here. We will see you all next time, either on our panels or together. And I appreciate all of these comments. I appreciate the feedback. I appreciate all of this. It's beautiful. So peace to you all. Gratitude for being here. We'll see you next time.
Peace.